Hi everybody, welcome back. It's getting close to Halloween time again. Here we have the new for 2024. It's a 5-foot gargoyle tombstone, illuminated, from Home Depot. I'm not crazy about the antique like yellow color that it comes. Overall, it's sturdy. I mean, it feels well made. It's literally comes in the box with the base, and then the body is one piece, and then each wing is one piece. The head does come off, but it was already installed. So, I mean, it's literally 4 pieces snapped together. It took me about 5 minutes. I got it out here in the garage, just checking it out to make sure it works, because it's a while before Halloween still, and I don't want to be trying to return something outside of the return window. Let me go ahead and kill the lights for a second. This thing is bright. I've seen a few other people talking about it. Some of the complaints are back here. I mean, the wings are not necessarily the greatest type of deal. I mean, it's just got these, and they got little lips on the left and the right side, and just kind of snap into place. I think what I may end up doing is, once I get them on there, take a metal bracket or something, maybe screw it into this wing here, stretch it across the back, pull the wing tight, screw it in there, and then maybe possibly even put a screw in the back of it. You're not gonna see it when it's out there from the front. So another thing I think I may do, I've seen somebody else talking about, is moving this plug maybe to the underside of it, so it runs down inside underneath of all of this, so it's not sticking out the back and has less of a chance to get snagged on something. Like I said, it's literally so here it is up on the base with the wings off. Come around if you want to. I mean, this head literally twists to the side, and you can pull it off and access everything down through here. I've got a fog machine that shoots up, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is running a hose from the mouth down to the inside of the body, and then, like I said, you pop this out of place. Here's what the underside of it looks like. And then I would just put a hole in this, and then flip this over. It's all open from the underside, and that's pretty big. So I got a fog machine that'll go right down in the base, blow straight up, come through a hole here, through a hose up and through the bottom of that, and then out the mouth. And I may come back along and add some red LED lights inside of those eyes, but for $100. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. You flip it upside down. Here's the base. There's Phillips screws all the way around the outside. So you loosen all of them up, and then that just pulls off. Set it aside. I twisted the head sideways and just unplugged it at the plug there. When you do that, here is your power plug. It comes out of the back right there, and it's sitting here. So what I'm going to do now is take out I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like there's supposed to be a 7th, but they did not put it in there. I'm going to loosen those 4 Phillips screws, or 6 Phillips screws, and then should get some more play with this. Give me a better look at what's going on down there and where I can drill to put in my new location for my power plug. But then I also need a hole to run a hose to for the fog machine. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna loosen those screws and then check back in and let you know what I find. Okay, so here we are. Now that we got those screws out, folds right apart, pretty easy. I've got some play in there with the wires so we can maneuver stuff around. I think what I'm going to end up doing is see what's underneath this tape. Say maybe pull that back through and move it to somewhere like here. And I think if everything is okay and lines up good and well enough, I'll probably drill the hole for my fog machine somewhere over in this area. I'll have to mark it out, maybe then put it back together and look back inside and see how it's going to clear all of this. So that should be fine moving this from here to up here, because that's already further back in that corner. But the hose for the fog machine might take a little trial and error. I'll check back in and update you. Okay, so what I did was I ended up taking a 5/16 drill bit, drilled the hole there, and then I just took a pair of tin snips that I had and cut a slot from that hole to this hole, because this is one solid wire. I didn't feel like taking this box apart to see if I could unplug this wire from anywhere. I wanted to keep it intact just the way it was. So after I did that, I took this plug portion, stuck it through that hole, bent this crack apart so I could feed the wire back through there, and then pulled it back up into the hole, exposed the threads, and then put the nut back on. So that's the inside. This is what you got on the underside. Nice and clean. Okay, now what I've also done next is right in this area here, which should give me plenty of clearance around from the outside. I've taken a 2-inch hole saw and drilled a 2-inch hole in there. I'm going to use that to run my hose from the bottom inside of the base to my fog machine. Is going to come up through here and then travel through the body and up to the mouth. I'm unsure at the moment exactly what type of hose I'm going to use to get it there, but 2-inch gives me plenty of room and plenty of play for whatever I decide. I mean, I can fit a shop vac, a small shop vac hose through there. So worst case scenario, I can always come back and make it bigger, but I think that's going to be plenty big. I just haven't worked out exactly how I'm going to pipe it up to the mouth yet. So I think from here, I'm going to put this back together, and then I'm going to have to drill some kind of hole in the base that lines up with at least this area here. So it'll probably end up being like a decent sized chunk, because it has to take that and leave me access to that from the bottom. So I'll get the base put back on this, and then we'll get back up top and see what type of opening I end up putting in that. Okay, so here's what I got. Both the bottom plates are back on. The whole base, the body base of this is put back together. There's where my new power plug lines up. Here's my 2-inch hole. And then what I did on the stand was just cut out this hole. It was another rectangle back here, just like that. I took that whole piece out, just to try and make sure I had enough room for everything. So what I'm going to do now is put it back together, see what it looks like. Hope it got enough clearance everywhere. Should be okay, I'm hoping, but there's only one way to find out. So I'm going to throw it back up on there, and then I'm going to flip it over and look at it from the bottom and let you guys know what I see. Okay, so here we are with a view from the inside. Looks like it's going to work out just fine. Now all I got to do is figure out what exactly I'm going to run up in there for hose. And then I'll probably end up cutting a section out of the back of it, so I'm able to reach inside and hook everything up. But now the power will run down inside of here, down into the base, and then that way all I have to do is run one extension cord in and up that way underneath of it, and I'll be able to plug in the fog machine, the Gargoyle, and if I decide to light up the eyeballs on the outside. But that's where we're at for now. I've got a little thinking and playing around yet to do and see what I come up with. I've seen people put pretty big holes in the back of these things, and then also use them. You can put projectors inside of them facing out the back to keep them out of the elements and help hide them that way. So we'll see exactly what I decide to do, but that's where we're at for the moment. Okay, so what I've done here now is I've taken the head apart, and to do that there's Phillips screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one deep one there is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You pull all those, the back part of the head comes off, and then the bottom jaw comes off, and then you're left with the face up here. This is the wire that used to come out the back of the head. It'll be going back to where it came from. It used to be a small hole here. I've taken a 2-inch hole saw and made that bigger, opened it up to 2 inches, because I think ultimately what I'm going to end up doing is I'll probably have maybe a 1-inch hose coming out of the mouth. So by having this at 2 inches, I got enough room for my 1-inch hose to come through, plus this wiring to come through. Here's the fog machine that I'm using. Nothing special by any means. I think it's like a 400 watt or something. It should work perfect for this. I got it at Walmart a few years ago after Halloween. I think the box says like 35.27 is the original price on it. I got it for less than 20 bucks. Easy. And that's why I picked it up. I think something like this will work the best in this application because it shoots the fog directly out of the top instead of, I've got a 1000 watt that blows it out the front. But being that it's going to be inside of the prop and needs to go straight up anyways, I think that's going to work great. The only thing I still have to figure out is this is about going to need to be 3-inch hose or PVC. I'll have to figure out what I want to do, but I'm going to have to reduce it from that 3 inches down to probably about 1 inch to get it out of the mouth. I'm going to take a look and kind of line things up and see how I feel about it, and if 1 inch is going to be small enough or if I have to go smaller. We'll kind of just figuring this out as we go. I am by no means an expert. I have no blueprint to follow with this, so like I said, I'm just kind of figuring out as I go. Trial and error. I'm hoping by me putting a few hours into a trial and error, you guys will be able to watch a 10-15 minute video and do it in less than a half an hour, knowing exactly what you need at that point. So, I don't know, we'll see how everything lines up and works out, and I'll check back in. Alright, so here we are as we stand now. The head is back together. Here it is from a frontal view. I've got a 1-inch hole up inside the mouth. My plans is to run something really close to that 1 inch from this end through that hole on the back, through all the other holes down in the bottom to the fog machine. Here it is with the original wiring pulled back through the hole. Now, excuse me. It's getting kind of late right now. Stores are all closed, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to go from the 3 inches on the fog machine down to the 1 inch in the mouth to get the fog out. That is my next dilemma. I will check back in. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Once I get it solved. Okay, so here's what I have come up with. This is the $36 400 watt fog machine from Walmart. Here's my funnel. I'm literally just going to set this. I like this fog machine for this purpose because I already had it and it sprays fog out of the top. I'm literally just going to set that on top of there, duct tape around the bottom of it, and then I cut the head of this funnel so my garden hose will fit inside of it. Before I had it pushed inside of the garden hose and then had a hose clamp on it, but it pinched the opening down smaller than I wanted to. Like I couldn't fit my pinky in the end of this funnel, but I could fit my pinky inside of the garden hose. So I cut this back so the garden hose fits down inside of there now. So I'm just going to put it on here, duct tape that to seal this gap so I don't lose any there. Put the hose in here, wrap duct tape around that there, and go from there. Maybe not the best way, definitely not the prettiest way, but it's going to be all inside of the Gargoyle. I'm sure somebody could come up with a more aesthetically pleasing way. or if they have a different kind of fog machine, perhaps a better way. There's no really good way for me to attach a hose directly to this because it's got like the hexagon shape. So it may be different. You may have better ways depending on, you know, what type of fog machine you have. But I'm gonna get all this pieced together and duct taped and sealed up, and then I'm gonna run another test and see how much I get leaking on the inside of the Gargoyle and how much more output I get from the actual mouth. So I'm gonna get this all taped up and I will check back in with you guys at that point. Okay, so I think we're all warmed up, ready to go. Give you a little close up. There's the garden hose in the mouth. Here's a side view. Fog machine's already smoking a little bit. I'm gonna step around to the side. I'll start the fog. Not horrible. It's like 70 some degrees here right now. Let's see what kind of. Alright. Very minimal. There. Actually, I don't see any fog down inside right now, so. Well, there it is, the finished product. I don't have the wings on it or anything because I'm not setting it out yet. The only thing I do still plan on doing is I'm going to put red LEDs down here in the eye sockets of the skulls. But I had a lot of people asking me, so I wanted to get this part finished up so I could piece the video together and then post it. So like I said, I'm not an expert, I'm not an electrician, I'm not a plumber, I'm none of the above. There may be better ways to do this. This is just the way I did it. And like I said, it's a $36 fog machine. I know I paid less than that for it. I got it on clearance. If I use it this year and it gets too hot because of the duct tape and burns up and never works again, like I don't care. Maybe I'll come back and post an update or something if that's what ends up happening, but until that point in time, I mean, I do a lot of random stuff on this channel. Take a look around. You see something you're interested in, you see something, you know, that you like, and go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, hang out. Let's try it again here. I think it probably would have heated back up by now. Let's see what we got. I keep forgetting with this fog machine, it seems like I have to walk around the back. There's the access hole I cut in the back of it. This remote does not want to work from the front, which is fine because I'll be in the driveway, you know, behind it. I'll put it up closer to the road when I go anyways, but if I come back just behind it, ran a little bit better towards the end that time. I used this fog machine last year, and then instead of cleaning it out, I just filled it up because I heard of people doing it that way to keep them in good working order. So, but that's what we got. Like I said, you know, if you see something you like and you're interested in something and you want to, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching. Okay, so I got my lights in from Amazon before I got this thing put up out in the yard. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to go around in each of these eyes, drill a hole. I'm using a 3/16 drill bit. And then what I'm going to do is take these red lights and I'm going to push them through the hole, but I'm going to do it from the inside so they stick out. So I'm just going to be finding the hole, pushing it through. And then I'll probably use some hot glue on the backside, on the inside to hold it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish drilling holes in these things all the way around. Here it is, all set up and done. The LED lights down in the skull. Fog machines in the mouth. I will not be running any fog through it on most nights though. Probably until Halloween. Maybe the weekend before, who knows. But that's what she looks like. Thanks for watching.